All right. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I appreciate y'all being here. This afternoon, we got Mr. Brandon Jernigan here with us. And first things off, Mr. Brandon Jernigan, would you like to give a quick bio of yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Brandon Jernigan. I am a father, a Christian, a husband, and not necessarily in that order. Depends on the day of the week, obviously. But I'm from Los Angeles, California. I've lived here in San Antonio, Texas, for 12 years now. Feels like a lot longer. This is home for me. I'm originally from Inglewood, from Los Angeles, and I'm really happy to be here and to be a Texan. So that's just a short version of who I am based on my history and where I'm from. Over.
All right, thank you for that. First question, what was one of your hardest moments you had being a father, and why was it
hard? For me, this one was when my wife was deployed in about 2012 to 2013. So she was deployed for a year, and I don't pretend to be or pretend to know what it's like to be a single parent, but for that year, I had to carry, the weight of having, the 3 kids at home at the time, and taking care of things and taking care of hair and getting them to all of their events, and taking care of school and all those sorts of things for the older one, getting her off to college. So that year was extremely difficult. It made me definitely appreciate having my wife in our lives. Obviously worried and concerned for her and her health that she was deployed, but then also just tired and stressed with just, taking care of the family and taking care of these things at home. I would say alone, but wasn't ever obviously necessarily alone. When you walk with good people, then you always have folks there to take care of you and to lift you up when I was tired. So, but that was definitely the most difficult time for me as a father. Over.
All right. What world events have had the most impact on you as a father?
For me, it wasn't a world event. It was a personal event. So I know it's not the exact question, but, I was raised in an environment where a lot of people didn't have fathers, just like far too many African-American young men, unfortunately. But I had one, I had a great one who was there, who was actively a part of my life. And then he passed away when I was 13, just getting ready to go into high school. And so that for me stuck with me. I wanted to be a father, and I wanted to, I knew what it was like to have one in my life, and then to not have it, and to have those questions, and to lack that confidence, and to not have the person and the guidance that I could go to and feel comfortable with. And so for me, I knew that it was, once I became a father, it was something I was going to take to heart, and I was going to hold it very dearly and do my very best. And so I've always tried to do that, and I've been happy so far, and never really forget about my dad's presence in my life and how much of an impact it made for me. And so I want to make sure that I try to do the same for my children.
All right. Next question. What do you do, and why did you choose your career field?
I'm a contracting officer, or a branch chief with a contracting unit here in San Antonio, Texas. And so I have a contracting team that procures crypto and cyber for the Air Force. In San Antonio, Texas, we do it for crypto and cyber. We've done different missions out at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base or LA Air Force Base when I was there. But I didn't really choose this career field. I was going to school to be a teacher with an education major and with an English minor, and I was going to help and educate young people. And then I just happened to fall upon this internship. And so it's really been a blessing, this career. I'm very happy that I've been able to find this, because I'm very happy with doing it, and I enjoy doing it. I enjoy trying to buy things for the war fighters and try to make sure that we get the best deal and get it done quickly and rapidly. It's challenging, of course, but I certainly didn't choose this. It's a blessing that fell to me.
Gotcha. I'm glad it was a blessing. So then that leads on to the next question. How has your career affected your decision making as a father?
It's helped me with my patience. As you are working through efforts, so you have to learn to things aren't going to go the way that you want to all the time, or that you have to depend upon other people, or that you just have to remain calm when things aren't going right to get go the way that you want to. But then also outside of what it's done for me, it's really allowed me to provide for my family and to provide for my kids more than I could have expected coming from Inglewood, California. I never expected to be a branch chief or a 14 and to have the opportunities and to provide for them and to live the life that we're able to live. And so it's been an amazing blessing. And then the ability to be there. There are a lot of jobs where you can't, have the weekends off or take the time off when I need to. I'm able to accrue leave and to be there with my children, to take them to school or to pick them up from school or to go to their school events and just be a presence in their life, not just Monday through Friday, but obviously on the weekends as well. I don't take that for granted.
All right. So what is something that you want your children to remember about you?
Yeah, I think I mentioned a little bit in the last question, it's my presence. There's not a time when I didn't choose to put them first. And so here every day, with them and for them. And when I'm not physically here with them for some reason or not physically here, because the missus isn't physically here, or we're on a trip or something, I make the time to communicate with them and to chat with them and to call them and to check in. So my presence and my consistency, and then just my love that I show with them, and showing love with my kids and with our kids. We can't just speak our love language, right? We have to find their language. So as teenagers, I might have to find sports and talk to one of them about sports. I might have to ask a middle schooler about every single detail of his day, about first period, second period, and third period, just to strike conversation and find, a level communication field so that they know I'm interested, so that I'm putting my phone down. I'm not looking at my computer and just giving them quality time. So hopefully they remember that, and then they apply it themselves as they become parents.
Okay. So in what ways are your children alike or different from you?
That's funny. One way they're alike me is they're very strong-minded. So it is very, very difficult to tell a Jernigan kid that they're incorrect. So they're not easily persuaded. And so that's a good thing, though. Don't want someone who necessarily just follows the crowd. You have to know how to be a follower, and there's a time in your life to do that. But it's okay to be strong-minded and to be a leader. And so they're okay. That's how they're similar with me, and then different. Definitely more confident than I was at their ages. So I'm very happy to see that they're just young people that understand that they're blessed and that they live in that, and that they're not afraid to not necessarily show it, but to believe it and to have it, show itself, whether it's in their grades or in the sporting environment.
Okay. So the next question: what was your proudest moment you can say that you had as a father?
Not really necessarily one moment. My kids have accomplished a lot through soccer and through academics, with like National Junior Honor Societies and Honor Societies and straight A's, and in their sport of soccer, they both have made the youth national team pools. But so those things are amazing. But my proudest moments are really the little things that people can't see. So it's when a kid who's struggled, is finding their way and then making things work out for themselves. It's when one of my kids are really shy. So it's when that kid who's shy reaches out to new friends and starts to communicate and reach back on text and learns to grow and work in that area. It's when a kid who's an outstanding individual, right, who is really kind, is willing and able to speak up for himself and to grow and to stand in that. And so they don't know this really, but I see that as God's Holy Spirit, like really affecting them and really growing and helping them grow in their weaknesses. They have a lot of talents and abilities, and they've been blessed with a lot of things. And so, but they can't share that with the world until they're confident in whatever their weakest points are. And so when I see that Holy Spirit affecting their lives and pouring into them, that's when I'm really proud of them. And so it happens in very, very small increments. It's not major jumps, but I see it. And so I'm proud of it.
Gotcha. One proud dad. This is the last question. And what advice would you give to your son one day about being a father, Or do you already talk to him now about being a father?
Yeah, not necessarily about being a father. He's 14, so I talked about not being a father right now, but really in time, that his role is essential and it can't be replaced. And so he could love his wife, he could be with her, he could not be with her, he could have it work out or not work out, but his presence in his children's life is irreplaceable. And so when that time comes and when he's ready for that, there's no stopping it. There's no end date. There might be end dates to other things. There's no end date to being a father. Every day that you breathe, that's your responsibility to take care of and to provide for your children. And so, this, LeMarc, I know you personally, right? Providing for your children never stops, right? And so, that's what I want him to know, what I've talked to him about. There's a lot of other things, the details about being a man, but about being a father is a blessing and an opportunity, and you have to be ready for it when that time comes.
Okay. I appreciate it. Alan, you got anything, any questions?
Not so much a question, but just comments on the interview. Because, like I say every time, let me just turn my screen on. Like I say every time, I get something out of the interviews. Each time with each man is something different. I can identify with him when he says, he lost his father. That resonates with me. Did not lose mine as young as he did, but I did. And you lose that guidance. You lose a lot of, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do with these boys, and you lose that voice. So I kind of identify with that. And it takes a strong person to just continue on, without the main guidance that you had, the main guy, you know what I mean? And also with him coming from Inglewood, I recognize with that, you know what I'm saying? Come from, it's hoods all over the world, you know what I'm saying? And I'm right outside Chicago there. And that is a thing that I commend all Black men that have come from an environment like that. And I'm listening to him now on the interview, and that resonates with me because it is a feat to overcome some of the obstacles that you have to overcome in that environment to be a productive man. And then not only that, pour into your children. You know what I'm saying? So that resonated with me. And the last point was the small increments. You know what I'm saying? When he said that, noticing that somebody shy is having more confidence and going out there and interacting with people. One of my sons is like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a journey. Yeah. And you got to keep building that and building that. So it is the small increments. Yeah, they scholastically, they may do well. They may do all those things, these great things. But when you notice that their inner person is growing, that's awesome, man. And so that's all I have. I just wanted to comment on that and just let them know those are some of the points that I kind of resonated with and I share in my life. That's all.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, I appreciate you. Brother Ice, PA, you got anything to add?
Yes, I had to pull over for a minute, but Mr. Jernigan, I wanted to thank you for taking this opportunity to interview. It's very important with this Fatherhood initiative. Our goal is to try to interview a dad, if not every month, every other month. We post this out for fathers out there to see your testimony, to hear your story, and hopefully motivate others who aren't doing the right thing to do the right thing, or those that are on the cusp, help them to be better dads. We all strive each and every day to be a better dad. So it's just like a tune-up. We're always trying to put tools in place to be a better dad, a better father, a better person in general. So thank you very much. Thank you for your story. Again, congratulations for being the 2021 Father of the Year for the Mega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. That's all I have. Over.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that as well.
All right. Thank y'all. And Brandon, I appreciate everything. It's some big shoes to fill sometimes. I'm on the this call right now. I always do these interviews, man. It's just some hard hitters, man, you know, and like Alan said, we always look to these interviews for guidance and for help, and just to know that sometimes we're not alone as fathers out here, that, you know, other people go through things or went through similar things. You know, we're just trying to figure out how to handle it, you know, because some of the stuff, it didn't come with a book sometimes, you know.
Never.
And, you know, as I'm learning with these kids, they're all different. You got to handle them different, they act different, and, you know, just got to deal the cards we was dealt, you know, just got to play them, you know. So, but I appreciate you, appreciate your time, and that'll be it for the interview.